Hey, good morning, everybody. This is the professor with Day Trading for Success. So we have a free indicator gift today. So make sure you stick around for that. That's coming up in a few minutes, and I'll explain everything about this indicator, how it was devised, and why it's going to be such a great advantage for you to have. And we're going to be going into some other information today you might really be interested in to give you a leg up in trading. So stick around. This should be fun. I'll be right back.
Welcome to Day Trading for Success, where the professor, a former math teacher turned full-time trader, guides beginners on how to trade for a living using proven strategies, breakthrough indicators, and lessons from essential trading books. The professor isn't a licensed financial advisor. Always consult a pro before diving into any strategies or demos you see here. Start smart, practice in a simulator, stick to a solid day trading plan, and don't forget to log every trade. Your profits will start with preparation. Thank you for allowing us to share in your journey. Please remember to subscribe, comment, give a thumbs up, and click that notification bell so you can be the first to receive more of our great content.
Okay, guys, welcome back. Let's get right into the fun part of this, which I know you're all going to be waiting for, and that is what the newest Pro indicator is that you get for free for at least 24 to 48 hours. Okay, so far it has not yet been moved over to a company. It's still a DTS, Day Trading for Success. So let's grab it. And you guys can take advantage of this. And if you happen to miss it, then you can just get it at the $1 Million Margin Club for sure. I think they're the ones that are going to have this. So this is it right here. It's a bit different than the one you're used to. So let me open it up so you can see it. So this is the new scalping indicator right here. And this was with the help of a subscriber who gave us the idea of putting this meter down here, which is really cool. So besides just reading the percentages here, you can read it on a meter here. And a lot of people, it's like the sound systems where you can see the volume up or down, kind of those bars that they're going to change depending on the strength of the buyers or the sellers. So this can be really helpful, but we've done a bunch of other things too based on comments from other subscribers and from pro traders. One of the things that really momentum traders use, and hopefully you guys have all gotten the risk oscillator. We'll show that again in a few minutes too. But what really matters in trading momentum, or even if you're doing a large cap stock, you need to pay attention to the volume. How is the volume changing in relations to the price action, so that it makes a difference whether you are going to continue, whether you're going to jump in or not with this move. So I switched stocks to something that maybe had a little bit more action to show you how this indicator works and how dynamic it really is. But I also put in the risk oscillator so you could see in combination how these might work really well. But this is the star of the show today. Down here is the new Pro scalping indicator. And I did get some help from a subscriber who suggested using his meters and sent a code. And what we did is we appreciate that, and we took his separate indicator code, rewrote it, and then combined it with the scalping indicator that we were actually doing work on already for a couple of other features on it, which I'm going to share with you today. But we always appreciate the help of subscribers. I hadn't gotten the approval to mention his name yet. Once he tells me, I will gladly thank him on one of the videos for his work and these ideas. We work as a collective here, guys, to come up with these things, and it's great the more people that share what they're looking for, because what I listen to a lot are pro traders, what they would like to see that would make their trading easier. So for those of you that aren't familiar with the details of exactly how a scalping indicator or a volume indicator might work, and I'm not talking to the people that already know, I'm talking for beginners, let's go over that a little bit about why this is such an amazing indicator. So normally on your chart, you're going to see volume bars, right, that are down here. They're often green or red or whatever color you pick, you can do that on your charts. I have a lot of videos about how to set up your charts. You should watch those. And then later today, we are going to be trading the Holy Grail strategy. I want to make sure, I look for that video because I don't trade that. I get asked for that a lot, but I don't trade that as much, and you guys should check that. It's a little, it's a harder setup, and we do use the volatility meter to pick a stock, and I'm going to probably go over that a bit with you. So remember to look for that video, so that'll probably be coming out soon. But anyway, like I was saying, you're looking down here. This is a volume bar. This blue bar, these are marked blue here, right? Inside that volume bar, the green line represents the strength of the buyers, and the red line represents the strength of the sellers. So you can see this coincides with this right here. Now, these arrows are not part of this indicator. They're part of this indicator, so don't get confused. But this candlestick represents price action, how far it moved, open and closed, and the wicks will go, higher or lower, be above or below the open or close. But then now you can see how that was represented in the amount of buyers and sellers that battled over that, and how many were there. There were more here as this went up, which I'm going to bring up why that's so important with how this indicator's got a new feature now. But anyway, this was groundbreaking, and this came out a few years ago. I was the one that scripted it to much fanfare, and everybody wanted it. Now, a bunch of people have copied in different versions and stuff like that. I still think this is the best one, the cleanest code, and you're going to get it here for free with all these new things. So remember, 24 to 48 hours, okay? So that's what is shown here. And then these buyers and sellers are also shown over here in percentage. So you can see them right here at this. We're looking at the most current candle, 100% red right there. Now, sellers. So this is going to shift now with the bar. For those people that like a more visual way to see things, they might find this to be a lot easier. I think it's pretty cool. I'm not sure. I probably would use the percentages myself, but they're both here now. Okay. Now that phone you heard was not for this indicator. That ring was for that arrow that just popped up, telling you about how amazing this indicator is. This one's not for free, unfortunately. But yeah, these two together, though, a lot of traders use. I mean, a scalping indicator is pretty much used on any type of trading you're doing. It's particularly good for fast-acting momentum trading. So what I was saying is when you see these numbers go up, I had mentioned it's kind of like I always mention that you're sitting on a surfboard, if you know anything about surfing, and you're waiting for that wave, and then you jump on it as it comes to crest, and you ride that wave. And this scalping indicator allows you to do that by telling you exactly where it is and exactly when it's getting weaker, and to get off that wave before it hits the rocks. So it's pretty amazing with that in mind about how easy it is momentum-wise to read it. And then the other ways you can use this indicator that are so helpful, besides just the buying and the selling and the strength of the volume, is it's going to tell you what was the strength of the last candle's volume right there. And I've changed the colors of these. And then what is the current strength? And one of the new things that has been added to this that's really cool is this will change color, and you'll hear an alarm, not what you just heard, that was this one again. You will hear an alarm when the volume is stronger than the last volume. Why is that important? Well, if you're getting ready to get in a move, you want to know that everybody's getting in with you. Everybody's seen that big wave, and they're jumping on it, and it's telling you, there it goes. See how the color went off there? So that volume beat this volume. So that told you that's stronger. See how it went up above the other volumes? And it was early on. It's still strong. It's got over 10 seconds still. So you have time to take advantage of that going up. Now, this other indicator is telling you beware, and we won't go in a lot of detail about that, but that's why the two of them together work good. It said, hey, it was going up, but you may be right at the end. So that indicator was telling you that. Now, none of these are 100%, and you need to learn how to, I don't want to use the word feel, but your intuition is just a bunch of knowledge we can't explain. You could call it a feeling. You can call it intuition. All this knowledge that you're getting, you figure it out how to ride the move by knowledge, not a mystical force. I don't want to imply that when I say feelings. So the indicators help you and to kind of center your intuition on like, what is this saying? This is saying volume's going up. And they're all buyers, and then the arrow says, hey, so it's literally just telling you how to trade. And even if you're a professional, having these indicators that tell you these things are helpful. Now, that's not all that's on this indicator, which is really cool. There's even more on this indicator. Now, some of you already have the version, and for those of you that haven't had it, the things that have changed is this new meter, this label, and then the volume alerting you when it's higher. Those are the three things that have changed. The code's a little tighter. It shouldn't slow it down at all. It should be, if anything, it might be even a little quicker because I tightened up all the code. So I don't think you'll get any lag if you have a slow computer, but that, you should fix that. It's not the indicator most likely. So the other thing that it's going to tell you is the EMA crossover with the VWAP. So right now, this is your VWAP up here. Your 14 EMA is the yellow line. So the reason why it's not showing you a downward trend, because you've crossed below the VWAP, so that's telling you that's a downward trend. Hey, you've got a downward trend here. It's gone below the VWAP. You might want to be short biased, right? But if it's going upward, then that label is not going to light up red that says the crossover down below. If it's going upward, that means it's fighting against the trend, right? So it will turn off if it's going up. But the second this red candle would drop below that, then it'll light up. Or this might pull above the VWAP, and then it'll signify an upward trend, and it will go green. So you have another label that will pop up here. One more thing to remind you when you're looking at other information and you're flipping stocks around and stuff, and a lot of times traders will flip to 2, 3, 4 stocks in an hour period, and there's the volume's gone higher again. See, it's a great addition with a very light sound, because it gets to be a lot of sounds after a while, and you got to remember what sounds for what, but mostly it's just reminding you to look at what's happening. But I lost my train of thought there about what I was saying. But yeah, when it goes up above the VWAP, it's an upward trend, and it will show that on the indicator. So, hey guys, the professor, just interrupting for a second. I wanted to show you how a YouTube channel works a little bit and how to find stuff here. So you'd have a home channel. This is how it looks, the home of my channel. It's a little bit different because this is actually my channel, so I can manage the videos. But basically, you have your videos here. Okay, you can put them by like most popular, oldest, or the latest. You can go to shorts. This says some of the John Bull Bear shorts that I kind of hijacked from the $1 Million Margin Club. And then there's playlists. And then you can also type in here if you're looking for charts or layouts or something like that. And then you would go over and you would look for a video that you want to watch, and then you would click on that video. So when that video opens, you just want to look down here under the description of the video, and you just want to open up where it says more. This is the description, and that's going to open up all the links you might be looking for. So I just wanted to simplify that for people, and thanks for watching. Enjoy the rest of the video. That's it for the tutorial about the new indicator. It will be free under the more information right there, so don't forget to go down and look for your free for your 24 to 48 hours. Don't be mad at me if you missed it. You've got to remember to have your alerts on, guys. You've got to remember to have your notifications on, and then they move on down the road, and then you can get them over at the $1 Million Margin Club. Most of them are there, all these custom indicators. Let's talk about this other indicator for just a minute. Now these right here on the risk oscillator, this is telling you, like, when you've decided that the scalping indicator moves down here, are saying, hey, I need to go down. Look at it. It's going. All the meter, everything says go down. It's going down, right? How far do you go down? How much money? When do you jump off that wave, right? So you're riding the surf wave and the rocks are there. How do you know? You never know 100%, obviously, but what's a good indication of how much profit to take on these, right? So this is called a risk oscillator for a reason, the target risk oscillator. And this is going to give you an idea of how long you should ride the move. So if you wanted to go down at that point, you probably didn't want to let it go. You probably wanted to get in and out within 6 cents of a move. So your price action moving 6 cents. That might not seem like a lot, but if you have 500 shares and or you even 200 shares and you do 30 trades, you're making a nice living. So you're looking to capitalize on small moves, and you just see them happen. Watch my video archives, guys. You can see there in a half hour, $45,000. But more commonly, what you will see is making a living. $500 a day, $1,000 a day. My goal is $5,000 a day. How do I do that? I read the future by using indicators and historical data. And there's lots of demonstration videos showing how to do that. And you should look in the archives and find them. Everything's on Thinkorswim, although a lot of these indicators are available on TradingView as well, so you should look over there. Now this has a crossover effect too that is warning you. So you can see, like, let's take a look at this indicator for a second about how accurate it is before I go back to it. This said it was going to stop and turn around. It did. This said it was going to stop and turn around. It did, and then it really did, right? This said it was going to turn around. It did. This said it was going to turn around. It did. Okay. So there's arrows aren't happenstance, right? So this is live today. I'll get this out to you guys today. But I mean, this is how these indicators work. And there's a whole bunch of them you might want to look at. I know that they have that new Pro indicator package out now that has the Pro layout and 13 different indicators. It won't have all for one price. It won't have this one, but you get this free right now, so you don't have to worry about that, right? If you missed it, then you'll have to add it onto your collection. But so I know that's available now. You might want to look at that. But watch the video. I released a video about it. About the pro traders using indicators. So watch that video and then think about which ones you might want to get to help you, and then look in the archives, because over the last 2 years, hardly any of these indicators were on my trading videos. I had like this one, the scalping indicator, and then you'd see them get to be added, the market magnet, the buy sell oscillator, the MACD indicator, all these ones that aren't just how they are normally on Thinkorswim, but gives you the trader more information about when to get in and get out, which is what we're all looking for. Even if you're a pro, you'd want to say, well, what are the crossovers saying? What is the relative strength index saying right now? That arrow tells you, depending on the indicator that you're using. But let's go back to this a second. So these are the last 9 candles back and telling you the way they moved, with buying versus selling inside. And then this is taking an average of those, right? So even if you don't use this, which is how many pennies you're making per share, that's why this is here. Because if you're going to follow this, the second you take a trade, this is going to tell you how many pennies you're making per share, and then this is going to be your overall P&L, your overall profit right here. So if you're only going for 7, like a penny below this, and you're going short, then you want to watch that. You can even watch that move and just see like it's 5, 6, 7, get out, or you have a lot of confidence. Everything's rising up. This is solid red. This volume bar is climbing. Oh, I'm going to stay in the move. I've got a cushion. I'm just ready to get out anytime now. I mean, that's how professional traders think. They're going to go for more, but they're always being prepared with risk. Risk is the most important thing. Have a maximum loss per trade, a maximum loss per day, and maybe no more than 3 losing trades in a row, because you're not in your sweet spot if you can't call 3 in a row like that. But all professional traders follow their day trading plan, and then having this information here is so helpful to go in and out of a trade. So this is why this came out not too long ago. And I feel this made the biggest difference for me, particularly when I'm momentum trading. And I got asked about doing this, and I didn't really realize how good it was until it was created, and this is really, really helpful because now this is telling you when to get in, this is telling you when to get out, by taking an average. Now, again, nothing's 100%. That's why you need to control yourself, and you need to have the max loss and everything. A day trading plan, guys. Okay, so we'll go into a few more things here that should be helpful to you. So for those of you that didn't catch the how prop traders use AI video that should be flashing right now on the screen for you, you will see something like this. I highly recommend the video for something to aspire to, because it's really how prop traders use all these tools to trade. So what I wanted to show you it again briefly. Obviously, I'm not going to. It goes in depth about every indicator and how they're used and how they're helpful. So that's where you should go for that video, because I'm not going to redo the whole thing again. But why I brought it up was not only to remind you of that if you haven't seen it, or tell you about it, but I also wanted to bring in the new scalping indicators you could see. So once you've gotten it and you've downloaded it under the more information, right? So you're going to want to go get it. So it'll be under your studies here. So let's go ahead and make this chart bigger, and then we'll go in under the studies, and you're going to look under DTS. So just type in D, unless you've renamed it. You might have renamed it, right? If you did that, then you look for what you named it, because you do have an option to do that. So let me look. These are all ones that are mostly sold now, but that's the new one right there. So we're going to replace this other one. And now we'll go in now. So there it is down here. Now there's the old one. So now if you've already bought the whole layout, now you can just replace this, and then you'll have right up to date with what the most current prop traders are using. So now let's go back in, and we're going to get rid of the older one down here. So that would be, oops, I got to get to the lower here. So this is the older one. That's the name of the prop firm. So we'll just put this down here. Let me just make sure I got the right one. Yeah, so we'll just get rid of that, apply. And now you have this. Now this is a big mess because it has a bunch of stuff that you guys might not understand. Whole half dollar, ATR lines, the multi-chart alignment things. And then I'll show you another trick here in case you have the whole half dollar and you're like, hey, it's not in the right spot anymore, right? So if you have the whole half dollar, you can go in and change it. It's going to start at the open and go $10 up and $10 down and show you every half and every whole dollar. So if you get down here to, if you open up this gear wheel, see right now our price is like 347, and you just type that in because this is where it was last set. Actually, it's where it's last set. If you set it someplace and you don't zero it out, it's going to always stay there. If you zero it out, it'll open at the opening price. But let's just do 347. Now it's going to bring all these lines in here, the whole and half dollar once I apply it. See, there they are. So we'll auto zoom again. And then let's get this moved over. Now I have a lot of videos on how to set up your charts the way I do if you like it. The way that the reason that the way I have them set up is a lot of the way professional traders set up. That is not an accident. I said we do the same thing. So, but now every whole and half dollar is here, and of course, just more trading technical analysis. This is really important to know because the half and whole dollars are often where the crowd will trade. Now you have all kinds of other indicators on here to help me. That was the momentum indicator. This is the buy-sell indicator. You have the MACD indicator. You have that all are telling you which directions to go, and for the most part, they're all pretty darn accurate. Learning how to read those or getting those can be very helpful. But let's go down. This is the multi-chart alignment here on this chart. Again, watch that video. You have two bands are being used. This is showing you every 5-minute, 15-minute, 30-minute, 1 hour, and 4 hour chart. They're all going up. It's showing you they're all green, and you want to keep an eye on that when you're trading. It's helping you follow trends. But let's come down here to the scalping indicator that you just got, so we can kind of watch it in action on more of a pro layout here. We'll zoom in a little bit more here so we're a little bit tighter, bigger here. And move over here. Let's just watch it for a second and see what the action tells you what to do here. And I'll move along with you. Normally you wouldn't have this wide open because you're going to have all your active trader and everything on your chart like I just showed you a second ago. But now we're in a really slow time. This is 12 p.m. East Coast of the United States and the New York Stock Exchange, pretty much after the RV strategy and the main strategies that start at 10 a.m. after the open that starts at 9:30 a.m. here, and it's getting close. It's the downtime. Now, a lot of people love this time, but it's the real consolidation time. Everything's usually, not an exact, but then the power hour will start at 2:30-ish, depending on what you consider to be the power hour. Lots of arguments about that, or that it's more than an hour and all that. So what I'm trying to say is this is more the doldrum, more the slow time. So now you see the market magnet here. This one, it's price action is pushing back, but the momentum indicator said no. See that blue arrow? It's going to turn around. As you can see from the scalping indicator, buyers really, their volume lost. The volume went down. And it made it so it was losing its move going up here, even though it went up. But now it's starting to turn around again. That indicator told you, look out, it might turn around. So you get used to reading these, and they don't seem too conflicting. They say they're giving you the parameters of your move. They're saying, go up now, but then think about going back down right here. So, and then what happens? And then you annotate that with you move in using your target. And this has been corrected, by the way. Decimals are easy to read now. And we're always trying to improve these things. But now you're using this and you're using the other arrows. And I'm not going to give a complete tutorial about the indicators, but, this one actually wasn't correct. Like I told you for a second, right? And that's why you'd want to say, and if you can see, the target going down wasn't that high. It said, yeah, it's going to go down for a couple of cents that were going up 26 cents. So as it turned around, just a brief, maybe take your profit and then get back in long. You start to learn how to read these and how to read the future, So now it's accurate, right? But it did a little turn first. So it is accurate now. And look at that volume go up there with that. So that must have hit 100%. And now it's losing its way. So with all these things, they're very transient. They're very short term. So you got to get the pulse, really the pulse of the market and of the time that you're trading. And you've got to just fit yourself in there to take advantage of those short-term moves. So I hope that this information was useful. Remember, look for I will be doing the Holy Grail. I'm trading that later today, so look for that video. There's a lot that goes into finding a Holy Grail stock, but when you set it all up correctly based on day trading volume 4, you get all those breakout ranges first, right? And then the Holy Grail comes in as the 5th strategy, and you delete a bunch of levels to help you trade the actual Holy Grail strategy. It's a pretty good strategy. That's why it's called the Holy Grail strategy. So besides just trading the open, which is outstanding in day trading volume 4, but if you go to the Holy Grail, which is their companion book thing, we are doing very well with that, and that's primarily what we trade at the power hour. The only reason we don't do it all the time is because the setup takes longer. You got to go back and do the 4 different breakout levels, and then you got to figure out which one of those levels is going to be your Holy Grail level. And it wouldn't hurt to put a volatility meter on it as well, and then you have a better chance of success. A lot of times when I trade the power hour, I just jump in from the RV strategy with the ATR levels and see, is this still a viable RV stock? Or has it broken out of the ATR and maybe we shouldn't be trading it as an RV stock and we're just doing a breakout, freestyle trading. So different ways to look at strategies, but yeah, I will be putting that one out. But I keep getting asked for the Holy Grail, and usually when we do it, it's like we decide to do it, and I'm not mic'd up, and Charlie's not here, and it's just like a last minute decision, and then a lot of work before we do it. But so that's why you don't see them as often. But I do trade them, just like with the escalator strategy. I mean, they're not going to be. You don't get the setup all the time. But anyway, wow, look at this meter. Look at this working now, huh? It's telling you that's your target range when you get in. All the multi-chart alignments set up. The bars are heading off, 85, 82, 89%. Volume bar was higher. We kind of missed the move already. There was a doji. I would have jumped into that as it hit here. And already got, that's at 48.64 cents all the way up. 30 cent move. 150 bucks, 500 shares, so you just look at it, or 300 if you have 1,000 shares, and Tesla can handle it, believe me. Although right now it's kind of low, but the volume's kind of gone down a bit. Okay, guys, that is it. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe. We appreciate it. Always stay inquisitive and go green out there.